So I first heard about Burning Man at some, like, 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, B-budget show called Strange Universe. And they had a little 5-minute segment about this event called Burning Man out in the desert.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know, 96 or 7. And the internet was so young then, and I thought, I wonder if it'll show up if I Google it. Well, there's a lot of techies, so I had lots of results. This is even before Google, you know? This is...
Wow.
All these results. It's like, oh, this is interesting. And all they showed on the show was this little tiny segment at the end was, I don't know, you could just see some people dancing around a fire and a cacophony of sound and, you know, mostly drumming. And it's like, that's kind of interesting. And so, anyway, I subscribed to the Jackrabbit Speaks.
Oh.
Before I ever came out here, I went to a couple of beach burns in San Francisco where they just kind of meet at a certain stair on Ocean Beach. Is that right? Yeah. And so I show up, and these people are walking to the beach, and they're carrying like broken like kitchen chairs and stuff to throw onto the pile to burn.
Wow.
It's like
That is wild, yeah.
So anyway, I come out in '99, and I was smoking weed at the time. There was a paper, Piss Clear was the daily paper out here, and they had in the classified ads an ad for Burning Desires. I've got it. I actually got the article somewhere.
No way.
Somewhere, I've got to have it. Just a little write-up, Burning Desires, 12-step meeting. I think it was noon on the night of the man burned, which may have been Friday back then, or I'm not sure. It doesn't matter what day, but it was the day of the burn. It was at noon, and we decided it should be outside the Center Camp Cafe. And so we're sitting out there at noon on the hottest day that you can imagine. And we're sitting next to a generator outside this much smaller coffee shop because we figured that'd give us anonymity, right?
Oh,
That we cover up the sound of us, you know. But instead, you know, hi, I'm Dan, I'm an alcoholic. And we're sitting in a...
So you're just broadcasting?
Yeah, there's 12 of us sitting on hay bales.
Okay.
And we had this meeting, and we thought this was so great that we should, you know, do something next year. And so I sent around a piece of paper, and we collected email addresses. And so I had that. Well, what happened that year is there was a guy in San Francisco, Steve S., he tried to bring out for the first year a camp that was called Clean and Sober Camp, and it was, you know, like the org knew, and it was going to be placed, and he had a breakdown of all of his stuff, and so we're all walking around the street asking these surrounding camps, hey, do you know of this group called Clean and Sober Camp? Anyway, he couldn't show up. So I go home, and I got this list of our 12 email addresses, and I called the Burning Man Project. A human answered back then, and I said, hi, my name is Dan, I'm from Minneapolis, and you had a camp called Clean and Sober Camp last year that didn't show up. And the person, imagine it was one of the original staff, said, oh yeah, the guy that set that up, and they gave me his name and phone number right over the phone.
Oh, wow.
So I call this guy randomly, and I say, hey, I went to Burning Man, and anyway...
Yeah.
This guy from Minneapolis, he also had an email list of about another dozen people, and so we put them together and we started a email discussion list off of his server in his home. And so I ended up bringing out like the first camp. He wasn't able to show up that first year either, I think. I think he showed up the second year. He was with a group called the Spock Mountain Research Lab. Nice. And they put out like a paper that was similar to The Onion.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, but he let us use that server in his house for a long, long time before we ended up, social media like we are now.
Right.
Yeah, so I hauled out this kind of A-frame sort of army tent, and then we extended that out. So it was not much bigger than one of these carports, but we extended it out, and I had an old parachute and just hung it over some PVC, and we just had the smallest space. You know, we were on the corner of 530 and Earth. Earth would have been, the 3rd street, so it'd be C in any other year.
Yeah.
We just had this spot that was probably not even a tenth of what we have now. Maybe it was 50 by 40, something like that. So there's only like a handful of us that lived there, but But we used Piss Clear in the classifieds and put it out that there was a meeting every day, and that's how it got started. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is 99.
This was 1999.
1999.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the official year one of, so it was called Anonymous Camp?
Anonymous Camp, yeah.
Okay, all right, and then it eventually evolved into Anonymous Village.
It became Anonymous Village because one person, a guy who came like a couple years later, whose house I happen to live in now, he's passed and I bought his house.
Okay.
But he immediately fell in love with coming out here. He'd always wanted to come out here.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't think he could do it. I'm standing in Minneapolis outside of a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we stand around and smokers smoke?
Yeah.
Well, he looked down and he saw this tattoo on my leg, this Burning Man tattoo.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Do you go to Burning Man?" I said, "Yeah." And his eyes lit up because he thought, he was early in sobriety, he thought he would never have the opportunity to come to Burning Man ever again.
Right, right.
And so anyway, he came a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted it to be switched to be called Anonymous Village because he thought that would mean that the org would provide us with electricity.
and how'd that work out?
Well, we're out here with our solar panels, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So sometimes I still call it Anonymous Camp.
Sure.
Anyway, but we are a village now. I mean, look how big we've gotten, and then we have Synonymous, kind of as a pseudo sector of us.
Yeah. Right, friends and family.
Yeah. And I don't remember what year that came in, but it was probably somewhere around, I don't know, those early years of 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there.
Well, I think it's really cool that we can provide a space for family members and friends, that aren't clean and sober but support us in what we do, and so we can still camp and have our support and be with our families and stuff. That's amazing. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Welcome to Accuracy Third. I'm D-Day.
I'm Rex.
I'm Beth.
I'm Buddy.
Fuck yeah, buddy! You know what to do. And today on Accuracy Third, we have Buddy, who is here because Buddy went way the fuck out of his way and recorded another several hours of interviews for us while he was on Playa at Burning Man 2025.
That's right. Yeah. So got 3 interviews in, which is great. Finally got to interview Danarchy. Wow. He really gave us a lot. It was great.
How is interviewing feeling for you?
It's good. I mean, it was challenging because by the time it's good, I like it. But of course, I'd already, been out there for it felt like close to a month, and I was trying to get the interviews in, and it was all at the end of our burn. So I was like, oh my God, but it was good. Listening back, I was like, oh man, why am I interjecting so much? And, I could tell I was nervous because I'm interjecting too much. I'm doing all the yeahs and the ums and this and that and other. And I was like, man, I'm breaking the whole cadence, of the interview. And I was like, oh, fuck, man, D-Day's going to have a hell of a time editing all this out.
I didn't. But it's really easy when there's all of that background on Playa noise to help smooth over when I cut a bit of your audio out and I let the other person keep talking.
Also, it's really easy when you're very used to being interviewers to step on people and are shitty at interviewing from time to time, occasionally.
Right.
But I ask because I have always, that's something that's been really interesting for me, as I develop an ear for it, is, how do you interview people? How do you, I'm asking if you have any theories now that you've done it some. How do you interview people?
I tried to, especially because the culture of Burning Man is so specific and it's so niche, there's all this inside baseball, and I've been trying to be mindful of that. And so when acronyms are thrown out, or very specific things that pertain to rangering, I try and ask those questions, okay, well, what does this mean? What does that mean?
Clarifying questions, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of clarifying questions, which I think was good. I think it moves the conversation along, and it just makes it more accessible to a wider audience.
It allows me to put down a note to explain what a thing is in the intro. And then like 15 seconds later, you ask them what that thing is, and I get to delete that from my notes. It's the best.
Right.
It's like you're doing my job for me, and I appreciate that.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I was really trying to be conscious of that because I was realizing, I was like, because I'm not a ranger. It's just like the proverbial onion. There's just all these like cultures within cultures within cultures in Burning Man,
Yeah.
And, there's this whole language that Gate and Perimeter speaks. And there's, this whole language that the Rangers speak, and the whole vernacular between them. And there's bleed over, of course, in general terms, but everything gets narrowed down like into these specific things. I find it like, really fascinating. So I was really trying to like just kind of demystify all that and kind of uncover all that, which, especially with the interview with Danarchy, because he was talking about a lot of really specific things that have to do with just the history of rangering and his experience and everything. And then that also mixed in with our whole 12-step thing that's very specific to Anonymous Village. Right. Because we have, and we don't even realize it, like we have our own language, of how we discuss things that are related to recovery as far as alcoholism and like addiction and recovery from it that, like a lot of people aren't even aware of probably. And they're like, what are they talking about? So just trying to like de-exclusify all that kind of language and open it up more for people. I don't know how good of a job I did with it, but that's kind of what was my goal, and just asking really basic questions. But I kind of really want to get maybe more of a specific list probably coming up this year, of certain things that I want to ask, or I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to refine it just to become a better, interviewer.
Listeners, let us know what you think Buddy can do to be a better interviewer down in the comments. Buddy will read through each and every one of those comments and we'll come up with an action plan for next year to interview better. I'm just joking there, obviously. I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, no, I'm only asking because I think you're doing a great job. And like,
well, how would you know, Beth? You haven't heard the audio yet.
Well, you've told me he's doing a great job.
And we should all believe the things that I say.
Genuinely, though, Buddy, like he complains so much about people. If he like,
not you.
Yeah, not you, not your interviews,
not the last couple.
Okay.
And people don't know who that is because they come out of order, but they all sound like they're really good interviews, don't they?
They sound great. I mean, your last edit was really good. Really, really good.
I have already forgotten which one that was. Was that Fireball and Safety?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was easy. So.
Our Canadian friends.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Man, yeah. What's been interesting for me and challenging is I have a pretty significant stutter. So just trying to like work through that has also been really good for me,
Buddy, I'd never even noticed. But now that
you are a repeater of some words as you go into a phrase.
But lots of people are. Yeah.
Lots of people are. And you give stuff enough time to breathe so that if I can't cut just one of them out, I can usually splice two of them together and make it sound real good.
Everyone's a stutterer when you start editing audio.
Jesus Christ.
Every single person. It's like just a nightmare.
People are like, do you hate your voice now that you do a podcast and have to listen to yourself all the time? And no, my voice is beautiful. I hate what I use my voice to say. If we did these, like most people, they would rather just do an interview once and be done with it. But if we do it once, I can study the transcript and then I can perform it a second time. Woo! This podcast would be great.
Yeah, no, some of those jokes would land a lot better the second time around than edited.
Mm-hmm.
I think the podcast is doing really good. I mean, it's
agreed.
It's been a great season. I love it.
I think this is like maybe one of our best seasons.
Do you really? Okay.
Yeah, we got a bunch of bangers coming up too.
Just great interviews. We can't really.
There's
predict
just no end to the cool people that go to Burning Man.
Yeah, but there are like, and no, sorry, everybody, but there are like, hey, that was a less interesting or harder to like interview, right? Like there's just genuinely some people are just fascinating and easy. Some of them are not easy or fascinating, and you cut them together really well. In general, like the podcast is always going to be, you know this now with interviewing people, you can feel it when there's someone who you're like, oh my God, I love the way they're talking, the energy that they're bringing. Obviously, this is going to make for like something that's really engaging to listen to. And then there's totally other people who it's absolutely valid to share their stories, and they're a part of our history and a part of our culture, and they're just not as engaging. You know, they're just not.
Yeah.
That's not how they present themselves.
Right, but it doesn't mean it's any less historically significant.
Yeah, and just culturally, like that's why it's like sometimes some of the most fascinating things and people, they just aren't as good at storytelling or like just aren't concerned with narrative.
Like, give me a recovering speed freak and
No problem.
oh man,
definitely
sometimes like just cleaning the dishes or like preparing dinner for my kid, I will just think about you there out by Gate Road in the cold with a terrifying spotlight washing across you. And my kid's just like, what's funny? And it's like, oh, nothing. Just remembering a thing someone told me once.
Man, I know, it's such a crazy story. I can't believe I survived that. It was amazing, though. What an amazing adventure. Definitely one of my best burns ever, for sure. No, I mean, absolutely. That was probably the apex. Definitely right up there, you know, apex of my Burning Man experience.
Hey, just because you're a legend doesn't mean you didn't have to get sober.
right, exactly. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to work on this project with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been great. An oral history of Anonymous Village, man. It's been really cool. You know?
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm going to expand out from Anonymous Village and interview some other folks. There's so many of us in there, man. There's like 200 of us.
Sure.
You should try getting out of Anonymous Village.
Yeah.
Though. Like,
Yeah,
I think
know I need to.
Yeah, like you are doing a great job of interviewing folks. You should go find some folks to
Find
talk
some
to.
artists or something.
Yeah.
And then on your way
know.
back from those artists, find Junkie Camp and interview someone from there.
Oh, it'd be great. I would love to do that. No, I physically need to get out of the camp. I need to be, so like this year, I didn't take on any commitments or anything. I'm just going to work and help build an off-center camp. And then
I was like, the hell you haven't. You said you're going to come help us build.
No, I am. I love it. It's my favorite part of the whole burn.
Oh,
I love helping build a camp. It's so much fun. Yeah.
So, buddy.
Yes.
Good job with all these interviews, bro.
Thanks, man.
So before we get into the episode proper, listeners should know that there is definitely an impact driver being used pretty close by where Buddy is recording during the last half of Karen's interview. Chances are Rex can knock that out, but in the chance that he can't, yep, that's an impact driver.
Sorry, folks.
It's all a part of the recording on Playa experience.
Yep.
Folks get what they get for us doing our job out there on Playa when we could not be doing our jobs at all.
I mean, it was in the middle of strike. You know, it was like, okay, this is the last chance I have to interview Karen. So she was avoiding me the whole entire burn. I was like, okay, come on, let's do this. She was like, okay, all right, let's go.
Yeah, and that level of joy and excitement just pervades these three interviews. Everyone should know that. Everyone that Buddy interviewed, Danarchy and Joy and Karen, boy, did he have to chase them down and make them interview with him.
I did. It was a project, man. It was. Everybody, I mean, Danarchy was so busy. He just works all the time. I was like, man, I hope I can.
The most interesting folks do.
It's very true.
Yeah, I love working out there, man. It's so much fun.
And we love you, Buddy. And I hope everyone loves these interviews that Buddy recorded for us.
Man, I've been waiting to do this interview for a long time. I know, it must sound weird, right? All right, do you want to go by Dan or Danarchy or?
Dan.
Dan? All right.
I don't know. I suppose you could. Are you like introducing me?
Yeah, or just to get your information. Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it'd be Dan. I don't care if you have the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm Daniel David Anderson.
No problem.
Where I'm from, Daniel David Anderson, there's like probably a dozen of us.
Daniel David Anderson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where's that?
Minneapolis.
Oh, okay. So that's just like a common Minneapolis
Pretty common name, yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Actually, there was a Daniel Anderson that used to write a article in once a week for the Star Tribune. Mm-hmm. He was one of the people from Hazelden, which I'm sure you've heard of.
Oh, Hazleton, yeah. Sure.
Hazelton, yeah.
Right. And so Hazleton was like...
Actually, it's Hazelden.
Hazelden, right.
Hazelton is a golf course.
Hazelden was like one of the first actual rehabs for us, right?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of took the 12 steps and added to it, a bit and call it. It used to be called the Minnesota model.
The Minnesota model. So
Yeah.
what's that specifically?
Strongly backed on 12-step programs.
Right.
It's kind of moved away from that, and now we're looking more like harm reduction.
Uh-huh.
I think that's an insurance thing,
Sure, yeah.
But anyway, and like what is that test, that personality test called? Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Examination, something like that. MMPA, something like that. It's like the 500 question survey that graphs out every kind of psychosis you have.
Sure. Yeah. Did you used to work in treatment?
No, I just remember taking that at the beginning of treatment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you went to treatment, yeah.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So did I, twice. Yeah.
Once at St. Mary's, which was also a pioneering place.
Okay.
In Minneapolis on the river, and then at the VA hospital in Minneapolis the second time.
Okay.
And then that stuck. So
that's awesome. If you don't mind going into it, how many years did it take you to get sober, you think?
From between treatment 1 and 2?
Yeah, or when
5 years.
That's funny. Yeah, it took me like 2.5 years.
Yeah. My daughter was 6, and I'd gotten like 2 DUIs back to back, like within 3 months. And
wow.
I had custody, and her mother was also, drank as much as me.
Okay.
Or more. Anyway, she said, I just remember her saying something that was like almost a hint of her wishing that she had her daughter. And I was terrified. I thought, what if she finds out I have 2 DUIs? She could use it against me in court, and all that. It terrified me.
Yeah.
The thought of losing my daughter. And so that was like the moment of clarity, So yeah, my daughter has no memory of me drinking, but I do know that it affected her early life,
Yeah, totally.
I mean, how can it not? I remember this one time.
Yeah.
She was probably 3 years old, 4 maybe. And I woke up and she had put Band-Aids all over me.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, because I was passed out. And, I'm sure it couldn't wake me up,
Sure.
I mean, that just imprints something in your mind that is just, it burns it in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So, anyway.
Yeah. Wow, and how many years do you have now?
I had about 7 years where I wasn't really working. I was just going to meetings and doing fellowship, but I wasn't really doing anything else. And when, shit hit the fan, didn't have a spiritual toolbox to deal with it, and so I started smoking weed. And that went on for a short period, and it's like, what the fuck am I doing? In fact, I was in the Guard at the time, because I was for a very, very long time. And
National Guard?
Yeah, and you're subject to random urinalysis, and if you were an NCO, at least at that time, if you were like a private or something, they'd give you, I don't know, you'd go to some kind of a military treatment, and then if it happened the second time, you were gone. But if you were a non-commissioned officer, no, second chance, you're just done.
Right.
So it came up.
Yeah.
And I trying to play this game of, not knowing when my next drill was going to come up, but it's like, that's every month. So there's no game to play.
Yeah.
And anyway, the young officer that was in charge of it for, however many of us came up randomly, made a mistake on the chain of custody.
What does that mean?
You know, like evidence almost. Evidence custody, you know?
Okay.
There's a certain procedure, and if you don't follow it, well, they couldn't even use, they just threw out the results they threw it out without even testing because
Oh, it just wasn't...
the paperwork wasn't right. And it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Almost, you know. God, I'd had like teens of years in by that time. So anyway, that's when I got a sponsor and started really working the steps and realized that, you know, my way wasn't working and
Sure.
you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been since 1999, which was also the first year of this camp. So for me, it was January 15th of 99.
Okay.
This camp was August of 99, so I'd less than a year.
Okay, wow.
The year before was my first year, and if we're recording, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, no, we are. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And
we've been
so-
recording the whole time.
Well, that's, you know what?
Okay,
that
and,
is-
and I'll edit out anything that...
You know what? I've spoken at this group called Saturday Night Live, and they record it, and they have this Gopher State tape library, and so I'm on recording as having given my whole story anyway.
Okay, all right, so you're good with it. Whatever you're
fine
not
with it.
good with, well, you know.
I'm an open book.
Okay, I won't edit it out, but my friends D-Day Rex and Beth will make sure you're covered, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And so, have you always burned sober?
Yes, except for that very first year.
Yeah, that very first year.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's great. And then how...
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead, do it. You can say whatever you want.
So,
First of all, this is an underground podcast. You can cuss, you can say whatever you want. There's no restrictions. you can, whatever you... Yeah.
I'm not much of a cusser.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Just whatever,
Yeah.
whatever you want to talk about.
So, year after year, somebody like Garth in the meeting will, you know, say something like, you know, about this camp, blame it on this guy. You know, he lets people know that I'm like one of the two people that that put this together, me and Steve S. from San Francisco.
Right.
And he keeps mentioning it's like, I really, really need to stay humble about it. Mm-hmm. And I often, what I'll say is, I'm just the first in a line of drunks and addicts. But then, you know, really, I wanted to come out here after that first year so bad, but I wanted it to be okay for me to come out here, and that's why I kept in touch with those people and why I put the effort in. It wasn't, I mean, you know, other people joined. It was we were part of that email group, and you know, I just brought the shade structure really and made the contacts with the org, but I wanted, you know, it's kind of like, honestly, like Bill Wilson, I was just kind of out to save my own ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure, yeah.
And so I just need to stay humble about it. But along the way, I've just gotten so many, you know, gifts of being out here in this community. There's people here I've known a very long time. I just, you know, a few weeks back, a dear member of this group I met at the International Convention in Vancouver. And we...
What convention are you talking about?
The AA International Convention. That happens once every 5 years.
Right, okay.
It was great. I consider him a great friend, but we've only ever seen each other on this playa and once in Vancouver.
That's amazing.
So I've been blessed with, you know, the gift of having really great friends in a community outside of my own home state, you know, and I've met lots of other people over the years in their different cities, because most of these burners are on the West Coast, and I've been vacationed and traveled to the West Coast a lot where my sister lives, and so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have a connection, especially with the Bay Area.
Right, seems like that, yeah. Especially, I mean, if you were participating in the early days of meeting on the steps of the beach. And...
Yeah, I did that on a visit to my sister.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah, she lives in Campbell. So I was staying with her, and I went up into the city for the evening and attended that. And it was so super, and I got so interested because it was just like, this is such a cool crowd. But Crimson Rose, who runs the fire conclave, one of the original members, I saw her like wiping fire on and off her arm and doing this, you know, just doing this really cool fire dancing. And I just got really hooked with the idea of being out here, you know, among people that are very different from the ones that I see every day at home.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's such a gift to be out here.
Yeah,
to begin with, and then
But this camp has continued on because a lot of other people put a lot of effort in there too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I try to shy away from, hey, here, look, here's the co-founder. It's like,
Yeah, no, it's I bet that's kind of it's putting you on you're like on front
Lots of
street
other
with
people-
it, and like
lots of other people started lots of other meetings in lots of other
Right, right.
places. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah.
just started one here.
Yeah, so it's like people are constantly trying to like center you around this. And you're just like, look, you know,
Please don't feed the ego.
don't feed the ego. Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's awesome, man. So how has Anonymous Village changed over the years? I mean, I know it's gotten bigger, and what other
Well-
things have you noticed?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of people that I just don't know. That it wasn't that way in the beginning. We all knew each other, but it's gotten bigger. Just like if you were at a meeting with, you know, a dozen people that you see regularly, you know them all. As opposed to if you go to a big speaker meeting, you know, with several dozen people, you wouldn't know them all either. Just like out here, but it still feels like family.
Yeah.
How has it changed? It's gotten very much more organized. I am just so impressed with Charlotte and the way she managed those meetings
Oh, she did
during
so-
construction.
she's so good.
Astonishing how
So good.
so good. I would work for her anytime.
I know, just the best building lead.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
just so good. Yeah.
And there's so many other people like that have contributed. Yeah.
And then we got to have breakfast and lunch, you know, every day during build week, and that just made
Yeah.
such a huge difference.
Yeah.
We all got to eat together, and we all got to talk, and then, you know, get to know each other, and then bond, and then be like, okay, what are we going to do? And think about how we're going to do things collaboratively, you know, like, okay, who's going to do what? And then just to
Yeah.
see everybody break off and just self-organize, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, just like the event has evolved, you know, this camp has evolved.
Yeah.
You know, in the early days, you know, it was either stayed in like a van or a tent or, you know, there weren't a lot of RVs back then, and just like the city. And so we have more RVs in our camp, just we have more RVs in the city because, you know, shift pods and everything. There's so much more better equipment,
Yep.
and people are like better set up.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that's kind of different. The organization is different.
So you've seen a lot of change in the organization?
Yeah, at Burning Man in general, and in this camp, it's just become more organized, and with the meetings that we have, that I'd really should start attend more often, once a month through the year.
Right, our first Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was more intimate then, but some of the things that haven't changed, we still get together socially, like we had that potluck the other night. We've always kind of had a social aspect to it. I don't think it's happened this year, but we used to regularly after dinner, after the 6 o'clock meeting, go out as a group and explore the city.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's happened this year. But back when we had the Center Camp Cafe, so we would go out on burn night, and this still happens. And I'm gonna need to back up. My involvement with the camp was really much more intensive in the 2000s than in the 20-teens.
Okay.
You know, because of deployments overseas, medical condition. You know, I had to get both these knees replaced after Afghanistan. COVID happened, and so it's talking about what stays the same. And what seems to have stayed the same is that we always, as a group, go out to the burn together. I'm usually rangering, and I'm rangering in the area that the group tends to be.
So you're like near the 12th spire off to the left.
If I can.
Where we all traditionally meet.
Yeah. But I think we used to meet like closer to the fire before.
Right. But it was always down 5:30, but just a little closer.
Yeah, basically on this side, because it's typically the upwind side.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if a storm's not blowing in, right?
Yeah, but when we had the days of the center camp, we said that half an hour after the man collapsed, after the structure fell and the Rangers dropped the perimeter, that we'd meet at the Center Camp Cafe, and then we'd all go out as a group.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that was always cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So some things change, some stay the same.
Yeah. I think it's just a bit. It seems the campus sounds obviously bigger,
Yes.
and so it'd be harder. So people have just naturally grouped off. To groups, and they're going out. There's like multiple groups that are gathering.
Right, and that's what I have observed. Just walking around here, hearing people kind of get ready for the night to go out as groups.
Multiple groups.
Yeah. I'm kind of a workaholic out here, so
you work a lot. I noticed that.
I tend to do the exploring at night a little less than other people.
Yeah, I'm more.
And that that's kind of normal for rangers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you been rangering? And so let's hear about that.
Okay, 1999 and 2000, I was very deeply entrenched in the camp, and I felt this sense of, how with we're grandiose, and we have this sense of responsibility, and everything is going to collapse unless I manage everything. And I basically shackled myself to the camp. But I saw what rangers were doing, and I wanted to participate more in Burning Man outside of the camp. But I'm not an artist. But they call it the art of rangering, and it's my way of participating and contributing to the community out here at large. And it's what we're supposed to do. I mean, the big book even talks about it, about how we practice these principles in all our affairs. We've all seen people that talk a great game in meetings, and all of us in the beginning, it takes us a while to carry that outside of just meetings and practice the principles in the community at large.
For sure.
And so that's why being a ranger has been, for this camp, there's been a lot of rangers that have come through this camp over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say...
That makes sense.
I'd say a higher percentage, than at large. And all of us have kind of said the same thing. It's like, it's a way of being of service.
Right.
Which is what we're supposed to do, you know? It's a great lot of fun. Even like days like today, I'm a troubleshooter now, and
what does that mean?
It means I've just been around a long time, and they send me on. They give me that title. I'm vehicle mobile, and I respond to the more serious stuff.
Okay, so they assign you a vehicle.
Yeah.
And then you have the title of troubleshooter. So that's your own personal title, or that's a category of ranger?
That's a category of ranger
that troubleshoots high acuity situations?
We're incident commanders, essentially.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And that is our, officially, you don't have, a lot of other rangers can be incident commanders, if there's something awful that happens, at least temporarily.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it seems like the troubleshooters, at the end of the event, there's one guy I can think of I'm going to fill out, there's a form for that I'm going to do a write-up about how I think he'd be a good troubleshooter, and it's I'm going to back up. I started rangering in 2000.
Okay.
I was a dirt ranger.
Yeah.
And walking and biking the streets.
Okay, so when you say dirt ranger, you guys have your own lingo. It's great.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
So dirt ranger means
it's just your basic, foot soldier.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
You're out there face to face with people.
Yeah.
Just
walking
around.
Okay.
And just kind of being there to observe and be available if needed.
Right.
And in those early years, the training wasn't as official as now. I mean, it's like they just said, that guy's been doing this for a while. You should go on shift with him.
Right.
And, I pretty much got blessed off, by that year, I mean, there was no paperwork or anything involved like it is now. There's quite a process now.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Training and mentoring and, and they've got lots of terminology. After you're done with the mentor shift, you go on your shiny penny shift and, so on. And then eventually you don't have to be paired up with somebody who's a mentor anymore.
Okay.
So none of that really existed when I was there. I got interested in shift lead, what we call khaki.
Okay.
The voice on the radio that all the other rangers in the city talked to. And there was a dirt witch who was a shift lead back then, who I had a lot of respect for, and I asked her about it, and she recommended that I give it a try. And so for that, maybe year 4, I did a ride along where I did the shift with another shift lead, and I think by the second year, there was no, like, again, as I said, there was no paperwork or anything. I was put on the radio. I was the voice on the radio of khaki. It didn't, you normally have 2 or 3 people that were doing shift lead. Doesn't matter what your ranger handle is. On the radio, you're khaki. So the rangers in the field, when they call back to khaki, during the same call, they may hear 2 different voices, but it's still khaki. And we're like right there with our board, our clipboards and hand signals and all this stuff. And I'm handling something, and a question comes in, and I turn to the real shift lead, and I asked him a question, and he said, "Well, I don't know. You're khaki. You decide." Well, I guess I'm a shift lead now.
Right.
And
Just
from
like
that point on, I was shift lead for probably, 7 years. And in most of those years, I did it with a ranger who was passed named Tango Charlie, and we were the morning crew, and we had Triumph, who was the original troubleshooter, even though they didn't have, so he's who we kind of modeled that after.
Okay.
Because we would send him out on the stuff that was really difficult. And so Tango Charlie and we got in sync. Oddly, like, couples, how they finish each other's sentences, we kind of got that way where we could bounce back and forth on the radio, and we knew what the other was thinking, and it was what is that called?
Sounds like you guys are synchronized.
Synchronized, yeah.
Synchronicity between the two.
Synchronicity between us. And so anyway, the city got larger and larger. The nature of the Rangers kind of changed over time. It just like this camp, just like Burning Man at large, everything becomes more and more organized. Certain levels of bureaucracy appear. Things now need to be documented and stuff. And I'm not saying anything right or wrong about any of that. It's just the nature of growing. I had a tough year, the year that I got divorced, and I know that my skills were down that year. And so I came back the year after that as a troubleshooter when they first kind of stood up the troubleshooter program. And I was kind of like, just like everything else through the Ranger career, I was just kind of blessed.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
All right, good deal.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
really okay.
So this is your first time to Burning Man?
It is.
And do you want to go by Joy? You want to go by which name would you like to go by?
I like the name Joy.
Okay. So how did you hear about Burning Man?
So my son and his best friend have come for the last 5 years.
Right.
And my son begged me to come every year. And I just had excuses upon excuses. It's too expensive, or I don't have the money, I'm taking a different vacation, whatever it was. And this time, my son is going through what I would call midlife crisis. And I just wanted to be with him for the week because he lives in Washington State and I live in New Jersey.
Okay.
So my expectations were that we would spend a lot of time together.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure he's lost his mind and...
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I spent some time with them. His best friend and I went out to the temple yesterday on bikes, and it was really fun. But back to the question.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's how I heard about Burning Man. He would send me pictures, and I kind of looked at it like a challenge.
Okay.
I've never slept in a tent before.
Oh, really? Wow.
I'm a glamper?
You're a glamper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I would stay in a log cabin or, somewhere out on the Chesapeake or something like that, but not to come so far. And then on the plane on the way over, I'm thinking to myself, I just have to do this, and then he'll stop bugging me. I'm like, I'm just going to get through this week, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
And when I came in, he had my tent already set up. He was nowhere to be found. But here I was left in Anonymous Village.
Oh, okay.
And it just left such a mark on me, on my soul. Like, here's a meeting lots of times every single day.
Right.
And that in itself was exciting to me. So, but then I was here like 2 days, and even though I lost my bag,
Yeah.
I was like, well, next year when I come, I go,
sure.
well,
Yeah.
it might be every other year, but God willing, I'm coming back.
Okay, cool. So
I love it.
Yeah, right on. So you lost your bags. So what happened exactly?
Well, first it was the airline that lost my bag,
Yeah.
but the woman I dealt with was very nice.
Cool.
And I just accepted the fact that, you know, the luggage wasn't there, but I was going to have to get a hotel room the second day if the last burner bus left at 4,
Right.
and I wasn't on it.
Right.
5 of 4, the suitcase comes around. I
Okay.
grabbed it, ran out the door to the bus.
To the bus, yeah.
So I got on the bus. I had my overnight bag with me, and they put my big luggage underneath,
Okay.
or however I think it was underneath.
Okay. Yeah.
So on the way to Black Rock City, the weather was horrendous. It was windy and raining, and we got stuck in it, and there's mud everywhere, and there's long lines of cars that want to go, but apparently the Burner Express gets to go in front.
That's right. That's correct.
So we were just sitting in the bus for like 2 hours until they finally opened the gate,
Okay.
and then we got to come in.
Right.
So when we came in, it seemed like the bus driver was like, here's your stuff, I gotta go, to go back out the gate.
Right.
It was several hours and all this thing, and I was like, nah, it's not gonna ruin my burn, this is fine.
Right.
You know, and so we got into the last shuttle car, and I don't know, some guy came over and said, okay, you guys are good. This is the right amount of people on here with your luggage and all that. We're going to get going in a few minutes. Well, he walks away and like 25 more people show up and want to get in.
Sure.
And I was like, I don't think we can fit anymore. And the girl just looked at me like, oh, well, she doesn't want us here. You know, and it was that like tension between people. And I didn't feel good about that. And eventually, the guy who was driving the truck came back and said, we're stuck in the mud because there were so many people on the shuttle.
Right. Right.
So they came up with an idea of putting all the luggage on the back of the pickup truck, the one that was going to pull the shuttle.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's pretty clever. Yeah.
They put all the luggage there.
Yeah.
And made everyone else walk aside the pickup truck.
Right. That makes sense because of the weight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was late. I was exhausted. The whole thing about my luggage and all that stuff. So I just stood there when they were loading up the pickup truck, and I was like, that's not where I'm going. I'm not doing this way.
Okay.
And I'm just too exhausted.
Right.
And I looked to my left, and there was another girl standing there with her suitcases, and she goes, I'm not walking beside that truck either. And I said, all right. I looked back at the shuttle that had been unhitched by the pickup truck, and I said, let's go in there. You know, we're safe in there. Let's go in there.
Right, right.
And so we had the entire shuttle to ourselves. I sat on the long seats in the one side, she sat on the long seats in the other.
Yeah.
And by morning, you would think that we were friends, like good old friends.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was my first bonding experience from Burning Man.
Yeah.
And I was really grateful for that. So we got up pretty early, 7-ish, but we had our luggage open, you know, we're hanging out.
You had your own apartment. You had your own RV.
And people would come up to the door.
You got your
like,
glamping experience, right?
Yeah. I guess so.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then we were asked to get out of the shuttle around 10 or 9.
Okay, so they kicked you out.
They really did.
Right.
I think his name was Tie-Dye.
Tie-Dye kicked you out of the shuttle?
Yeah. And then there was another guy that was so
classic.
sweet. He brought us food. It was Rat King.
Rat King. So Tie-Dye kicked you out of the shuttle, and Rat King brought you food.
Brought us food.
It's amazing. Only a Burning Man.
One of the items of food he brought, he thought it was a lettuce, but it turned out to be a cabbage.
Okay.
And it was all wrapped up in wrap and everything. And he goes, can you guys do anything with this?
Just a head of cabbage?
Yeah, head of cabbage. So I said, Wilson from the movie with Tom Hanks. Yeah, so, I was really happy that I was able to make the best out of things.
Right, sure.
And just flow with them. In the night, she and I had to both go to the bathroom.
Right.
And I said, come on, it's dark. It's all this stuff. No one will care. Let's go on the side of the shuttle. She's like, no, I don't think we should do that. Let's go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
She's like, it's right there.
Yeah.
So we go to the bathroom.
Okay, good.
And then we got lost.
Okay, yeah.
Going back to the shuttle.
That's pretty standard.
Yeah, it was very dark and all this kind of stuff. So,
Right. No flashlights or anything?
I think I was able to find my little flashlight.
Okay, good.
So after we got kicked out, she wanted to stay there and wait for her bike because the truck hadn't come yet with the bikes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go, and it was, I think, about 10 o'clock. And the guy, Tie-Dye, told me that they're not going to start running the shuttles again until between 12 and 2. And I thought, I'm not sitting here. I just can't sit still. Like, I'm ready to get to camp. And my son didn't even know, what happened to me at that point.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So
Sure.
my son, he's 1 block away.
Okay.
He and his best friend.
Right.
And last night we made pizzas, and it was so much fun. It was like
so
a
great.
total bonding moment with my son.
That's great.
He's like, Mom, you're doing good with the dough. Keep it coming.
Oh, that's really nice.
So I think it was Tie-Dye who told me how to get to my camp.
Here,
Yep.
Anonymous Village, okay?
And well, I knew the numbers at that point. I knew the numbers in the letter, and he told me to walk this way, go down that way, go down this way, and go down that way. Something like that. And as soon as I walked away from them, now I'm lugging a very large suitcase and a very large overnight bag.
Right.
And it was already getting hot.
Yeah.
And yep, and so I tried so hard to follow his directions. But at some point between that bus terminal and the camp, I lost my overnight bag.
Oh my God.
So I wasn't exactly sure what to do about that. Someone suggested.
You just lost it? How did you lose it?
So I think I could not remember doing this, but I think what happened was on the way, because I remember having it when I left the bus depot. I had it.
Because, you were wearing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so you're
then-
wearing your overnight bag.
I had to keep stopping and asking for directions, and I cannot stand when I don't know where I'm going.
Sure, it's
It
frustrating.
makes things worse for me.
Yeah.
But I had to keep stopping, taking some water, regroup, ask someone else, I don't know. And I remember the bag was very heavy. So I put it down, I can only guess what I did.
Right.
I put it down and walked away.
Right.
So after that, when I finally did get to the camp here, the wind started again, the rain started again. So hopefully a person had put it underneath that bus depot.
Okay.
And it didn't get all, because I was thinking, okay, my passport is going to be soaked, unless someone took it in. So every day since Monday, I've gone to the Lost and Found.
Right.
Yesterday I went twice, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. People were very kind to me there.
They are really lovely people there. They really are. Yeah. So wait a minute. You had, so what did you have? What did you have in your overnight bag? You had your passport. What else did you have in there?
Sometimes lessons come hard. They really do.
So you had your entire life in there, or what?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so
because that's the bag I took on the plane. So I had all the printed out ticket information I had. That was in there.
Yeah.
A wallet with my driver's license.
Oh my God.
My Apple Watch, my Apple iPad, I have not changed or cleaned my contacts or taken them out
that's very
in
serious.
6 days.
Oh, that's really serious.
I never did that before, but I have to tell you, they're clear, crystal clear.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. I can't do them. That's why I just do glasses.
Yeah. So that was in there, and my makeup, which
very important.
Very important to me, and then just a bunch of other stuff, that I thought I would need coming along.
Sure.
you know?
Right, because you don't really know because you've never been here, so you don't know.
I did the best I could.
Sounds like you did great.
I bought these cute little lanterns that when you pull up the top, it's like a lantern. I gave one to my friend on the tram, and I had one in that bag.
Right, your old roommate on the glamping shuttle.
I really wanted to connect with her again, and I could only remember that she was on 3:30.
Okay. Well, you can go, there's a radio station here, BMIR.
I heard about that.
And you can go down to BMIR and you can pop in and say, hey, whoever you are, missed connection, would really like to connect with you. And then see if you can work out leaving your info with the DJ and they can pass it on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name was unusual too, so.
Right. Okay, so you left your overnight bag and then what happened?
So when I got here, first person I talked to was Karen and Aura.
Had you realized at this point that you...
No, that I had left the bag.
So you were lugging this huge suitcase with wheels, I hope, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you were off-roading basically with your suitcase with wheels.
And I was mad at the tie-dye guy.
I bet you were.
Because I'm like, he told me it was right there.
Yeah.
And it's not right there. It's, I don't know, we were at 6:30 and J.
Okay.
And I had to go to 5:30.
Yeah. Okay.
And F. So when I got here, I was talking to Aura and...
right, so you had a little ways to go, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah. When I finally saw that anonymous village sign, I was like, I'm home at last.
Right.
And so I think Aura had grabbed my suitcase and put it into the where Shadyville.
Okay, so you're staying in Shadeville.
Yeah.
Okay, in a tent.
Yes.
First time camping in a tent.
Yes.
First time camping in a tent in Shadeville in the middle of Black Rock Desert at Burning Man.
My son had set the tent up for me ahead of time.
I remember your son. I met your son. Your son came days earlier and dropped off the tent and said, hey, my mom is coming. Oh, okay, so you were on the business meeting. You were on our business meeting, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
That's right. Okay, now I get it. I remember you now. That's so amazing. That's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, so you found your tent.
So when she walked back, I said, did you see my black bag? She goes, no, you just had one luggage. I said, no, there's a black bag. Is there, right away I was like, did you put it somewhere?
Right.
She's like, no, I'm telling you, there was only one luggage. I go, oh my gosh, I lost my black bag. How could I do this?
Right.
So I decided that night that rain was pelting and all this stuff, and the flaps of my tent were doing this. I thought they were flapping.
So what day
all
was
around.
this?
Sunday night.
Sunday night, okay, yeah.
And I have to say, I felt like the week has gone really fast.
Oh yeah, it does.
I really do. And I decided right then, Sunday night, that this was not going to ruin my burn.
Well, that's really awesome because so many people, even with years of experience or not, would just completely become unglued. They just have a complete meltdown. Yeah, that'd be really hard for me. If I lost all that, and I've been here, a number of times. So I commend you in that. That's amazing.
I went from Monday to Friday only talking about it a little bit.
Wow.
And
that's
only
hard.
thinking about it a little bit.
Okay.
But yesterday...
So you went this whole entire burn, basically. Okay, so what happened yesterday?
Because I went through the entire burn not knowing how I was going to get home.
Right.
And I just kept thinking to myself, I'm going to cross that bridge when I come to it. And then Friday came, and I felt like I kind of came to it. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
Right, you're at the bridge.
But I managed to keep it together because my son's roommate, Gary, he is like a total free spirit. He goes, Ma, you're going to get it back on Friday. Because I already know it is. So when I went the second time in the day on Friday to the Lost and Found, it wasn't there. So I came back and I said, can you read my fortune and tell me when it really is coming back?
Right, yeah, sure. Oh my gosh.
So I had come over this way. Karen said, let's get your phone charged. So about 2 days ago, I came here and I charged my phone.
Right.
So this morning when I got up, I said, I'm going to need to contact TSA. I'm going to need to go check the Lost and Found, and it wouldn't have been there. I didn't go down right away.
Yeah.
And Stu was here.
Right.
And he offered to go with me. They actually helped me to locate my iPad and my Apple Watch.
Okay.
And so we got an address, which was the bus depot.
Oh my God.
So we weren't sure if that's because it was the last time it pinged
Yeah.
or if it really was there.
Okay.
Last night, I had ridden my bike right up to it, but I didn't go in. I just looked around and
Okay.
came back.
Okay.
And so when I came and they did the thing with the locate my iPad, I started to feel really grateful, super grateful.
Okay, so how did all that go down? So you guys used Find My iPhone, right? And then you were able to ping the pad because it obviously it was on. And then you went to the location, and what did you find?
Actually, what I found was like a Burner Express bus depot
Okay.
that I hadn't seen.
Oh, whoa.
We got off the bus and onto the shuttle, and I had never seen that bus depot. And
Okay.
Stu went right up to the girl who was helping people get on their buses and stuff.
Yeah.
And she said, well, what we have right around here, and she pointed around her, is all that people have dropped off or whatever. And there it was in the corner, covered in dust. And as soon as I saw that hair clip on the side of it,
Okay.
I went, my bag, oh my gosh.
Oh, so you
my
found the
bag."
whole bag.
The whole bag.
All at once. And was everything in the bag? And
Everything.
just like you left it.
Just like I
Only thing difference is covered in a bunch of dust.
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know. Well,
You must have felt so much relief.
oh my gosh, I was so happy.
Yeah. Wow.
So I just, I'm just grateful. It just felt like a miracle. And it was probably there the whole time.
Right.
You
Sounds
know?
like it. Yeah. Wow. And
Yeah.
do you think that that was the actual place that you set the bag down and then just didn't pick up again? So somebody found it. And it sounds like they must have knew that you took the shuttle, or who knows?
No.
Yeah, but the bag just ended up there.
It ended up there. Now, it could have come the day before, and maybe they thought, let's wait a little while before we put it in Lost and Found.
Sure.
So there looked like there were a few bags laying around.
That right. Yeah.
So, and, there were pictures of bags and, anything that you lose your phone or whatever at Lost and Found on the computer.
Right. Yeah. No, I was there earlier. Yeah.
One of my friends had an idea that next year or the year after, whenever I come again, God willing, I could do some service to the Lost and Found.
Oh, it's an excellent idea.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. And so you heard about Anonymous Village, right? What was your motivation to camp with us at Anonymous Village?
So I almost came to Burning Man 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
And the first thing I did was look for a 12-step camp.
Oh, okay, because you're in recovery
Yes.
yourself. Oh, okay.
And so a couple years ago, I had reached out via email and was emailing back and forth a little bit with someone.
Yeah.
And right then, it became a lot more appealing to me to go to Burning Man because I've been on retreats where you stay the weekend or 4 days, and it's different from being in a 1-hour meeting. You're going to be in a meeting and around everyone who's in recovery.
Yeah, that's our camp.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I didn't go that year or the next year, but this year, my son was like, Mom, what can I do to help you to make sure that this is going to happen for you? And he got in touch with Anonymous Village.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And then I got in touch and we were going back and forth and I got on the business meeting. But of course I was doing my I'm too scared to share thing.
Sure.
So I didn't even introduce myself.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, because I was talking with your son, about some of the logistics and about you coming here and stuff like that. So that's awesome.
All 3 of my kids were raised in 12 steps.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Sometimes I would talk to them, I guess in our lingo, and my son would say, Mom, I'm not part of that. That's not what I know.
Yeah. So what are your impressions of Anonymous Village? What do you think so far?
I was at a meeting this morning. The tent is almost always full
Yeah.
for every kind of meeting.
Yep.
And people come from other camps and everything that know about
I know, isn't that neat?
It's really cool. And I got to chair a meeting yesterday.
Did you really?
I had
So you got
signed
to
up.
lead the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I had signed up for several, but somehow missed them.
Yeah.
And I got to do the one yesterday.
Wow, that's nice.
It
Yeah.
really was. And it's been such a blessing to see, you know, we're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Yeah, no, we are. And somebody from staff pointed out to me that the reason why we get placed, probably one of the reasons why we get placed in 530 between F and G right here, is if you look over across the street and you see that big, it looks like a white circus tent. So that's the staff commissary, and that's where all the staff is, you know. And so there's a lot of staff, and they announce in their staff meetings and stuff, you know, like, you know, that when the first meeting of Anonymous Village is going to happen, because there's a lot of staff, you know, that are in recovery. And so, you know, so we're able to offer that support, you know,
So are
to
they?
the DPW, you know, to the Department of Public Works and all the different gate and perimeter and all those folks, you know. So we see them, you know, coming in all the time. It's awesome. And there's members here that camp here that are also staff.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
That's what I was wondering, if they're trusted servants or if they're actually on a board.
Yeah. Oh, so everything how we run Anonymous Village, it's just like how you run an Alano Club or like a meeting. As far as, it's just volunteer, it's just service. Yeah. Yeah, but then there's folks that work for the Burning Man, you know, project or organization, right, that are, and so, you know, this is their meeting place, or one of their meeting places, or their Alano Club, you know.
And they stay there or here somewhere?
Some people some people that, well, and then there's a lot of people that are staff like myself, but we volunteer. We're not paid, but this is where our camp, this is where we stay. Yeah. So that's how that works in a nutshell. Yeah.
I liked staying in Shadeville.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
great. That's awesome.
I really did. However,
Sure. Let us have it.
since it was my first time tent camping,
Yeah, how was that?
I'm laying there trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Every time I would just about fall asleep, I would hear this scuffling about and things happening outside of the tent, and I would just get so scared. Turn on my flashlight, you know, like, or I'd turn it off, you know, so it was just a little difficult for me to get used to it at first.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm always cold. So I had a down sleeping bag, I had another blanket, then I took a blanket from my son last night, I was still cold.
Wow. Yeah, because you're on the ground. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it sounds like overall you had a really good experience, you know, or you're having a good experience. So that's really great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Really appreciate it.
Things change and you move on.
Right, yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so 1999 is your first year out here,
Yes.
right? You know, anonymous camp, you're helping to form it, you're on the ground in the trenches, anonymous camp, figuring all that out. And then the very next burn, right, 2000, you're not only doing anonymous camp, but then you started rangering like right away, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, my first year was 98. First year of this camp was 99.
Okay, so 2 years in then.
2000 was my first year as a ranger.
Okay.
I wasn't nearly as deep into it now then as I am now. I think the event wasn't even as long back then as it is now. Back then, you remember, it was more like a 5-day weekend.
It was like five. Yeah, exactly. It's like a 5-day weekend.
Yeah.
Wednesday, people were still building stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You had until Wednesday to like claim your land.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Which is what we did on our first year. I showed up on a Wednesday and we built the camp.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So you weren't really into the groove until like Friday, and then yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so much different now.
So it's like you build it up and then the event's over and you get that back down.
Right. It's like real quick.
You don't settle in.
No, there really wasn't. Now it's really nice. I mean, shoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can come out here really early if you want.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I think this is the earliest I've come out. I came out on Thursday.
This is the earliest you've come out?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I brought my daughter here in 2007.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. She came out here the year the man burned twice in 2007.
Oh, yeah.
So I drove out here early. I gave her a ticket. She flew into Reno. I left the playa, went and got her.
Mm-hmm.
But before she left home, she'd heard that the Burning Man had already burned.
Oh, no. She's like, what's going on?
And it was just, it's miraculous that they've built another one in just those few short days.
24 hours or something,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that was also the year of Crude Awakening
Okay.
with the oil derrick that had the massive fireball that could be seen from space.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah, it was a pretty incredible year.
Yeah.
And it was a really good time in her life. She was very happy out here, and she was 22, and that's when I was doing shift lead, and she kind of hung out at Ranger headquarters helping out. The Rangers were smaller then, so it was okay for her to just kind of hang out. You don't see like anyone's kids hanging out over there when they were working now.
Now it's like a whole other thing?
Yeah, because, it's more business-like than that.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. You know how things are.
Sure.
So the woman that took care of headquarters back then, Mir, was very motherly to Stephanie, and they kind of fell in love with each other. And Stephanie would go walk across, and when I say walk across, because Rangers were I think they were in center camp still at that time. So you just literally walk across to the coffee shop, and the coffee shop used to gift us coffee. She'd come back with a tray of coffees to give out to all the other Rangers, and she'd help out in the headquarters. And even though she was never an official Ranger, Mir gave her a pin. It was the first year of what's called Echelon, the people that back us up in the Ranger department.
Okay.
And she got a Ranger pin as if she was like a real Ranger that was doing this kind of special deal. And it meant the world to her.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Echelon is like, does it still exist? Is that
It does.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're like support.
Yep. They too have become much more organized, and so the people that work the windows and the runners behind that are helping the people at the windows, and there's logistics has kind of been split off, and the quartermaster is a kind of a separate thing, and all that used to be managed by fewer people with a smaller department. That's grown as well, and so they do like field support. Some just will do field support, and then they'll like run out beverages and snacks to the people that are on the Rangers that are on stick duty, because they're kind of stuck out there in the heat.
Okay, stick duty it's called?
Yeah, the org does not like, at least they've gotten used to it and gotten over it.
Okay, so
but
what's
in the
up
beginning,
with stick duty? What's up with that?
It's just what we called the man.
Oh, stick duty. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So this whole like language and vernacular and everything is like, it's amazing how it's developed around.
It's organic to the place. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of military-esque parts in there. Like we use 10 codes. We talk in the NATO phonetic alphabet on the radio.
Like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie.
Yep. And, in 515 instead of 515, where you say every character. And that comes from like people like me that have spent their life in the military. And I was in aviation, so we had a certain way of speaking on the radio, and that's pretty much how we do it in the Ranger organization too. Okay. Yeah, and it's how we train people. And
right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I've noticed a lot in the village. There's a constant inflow of younger folks that are newly sober that are coming in, and it's just really good to see. I think it's a really sign of like a healthy village, Yeah. We have like several generations.
Yeah.
Represented here. Right?
Yeah. I guess I was in my 40s when this started, right? Yeah. And there were people, older than me. Garth came the next year. I think he was in the next year here. Yeah. And there have been others too. Tiana, I don't know if she still comes. I haven't seen her in a while. There have been people that have come later on in the early years that are still coming today, and lots of them are still around.
That's great.
Yeah. What was the question originally?
It was just in observance, and then
okay.
I'm wondering what your thoughts are on just the observation of multiple generations here and new, younger folks.
That is just like what's happened in Burning Man in general.
Oh, really? Okay, so
Yeah.
the village you think is like a microcosm or a reflection?
I would say that, yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I mean, it's become... Burning Man was much less family friendly in the beginning, but the original people have kids and want to bring their kids, and it's not like they made these rules or anything, but I don't know. Somehow it just happened.
Yeah.
There's things that happened in the early years that
I remember.
Yeah, you wouldn't see,
It was not necessarily kid-friendly, right? Or for some aspects of it.
Right.
Little, yeah.
Yeah. People now don't have sex openly on
the
trailer
playa.
as they're rolling by.
Right. No, I've not seen that since I've been back. Yeah, no. But I remember in the early days, you'd be riding out in the playa, and like folks would be like going at it just right on the playa. It was just a normal thing. It wasn't really a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not necessarily going on so much.
So, as those of us that were there in the early years have gotten older, we've brought our generations with us.
Right. Right.
And so now grandparents are here.
It's so great. We're a full-on community. Like we have grandparents and parents and their kids, great-grandparents. Yeah, I love it. I think it's so great. I think it's a really good sign of a healthy community,
Yep.
Yeah, it's really good. Burning Man is awesome, man. I really do love it. Well, we made it.
Yes, we did.
We made it through another burn.
Almost. Not quite done.
I know.
I've got a little opportunity to burn more.
It's the last final stretch.
They say there's an AA meeting at 8 o'clock, so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
That'll
good.
be the last burn opportunity.
That'll be the last? Okay. Man, oh man. So, Burning Man 2025, how are you feeling?
Burnt. Burnt. No, seriously. There's a certain mixture of exhaustion, exhilaration, and sadness.
Yeah.
It seems end of every burn.
Yeah.
I'm really tired. I'm uplifted by the intentional community.
Right.
The relationships I have here are like very positive.
Yeah.
Very, have a lot of energy in them.
Yep. No, it's an amazing thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unlike anything I've experienced, for sure.
Yeah.
And we have a pretty good thing going here.
I like it. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be doing the same things.
Okay.
I'm happy that our friend Ari has taken over the placement leadership.
I'm too, and I'm glad I came to the realization, like, hey, you know what? I just can't do everything.
Well, that's a lot like I did. I came to the realization that probably if I said to everybody, no, I just want to keep doing placement forever, they'd say, okay, fine.
Yeah, they would.
I don't think anybody's unhappy with me.
No.
But I can't do it forever.
Right.
It's hard. I've done a hard job for 4 years.
4 years.
I'm done.
Yeah, no. And
I did it in 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 5 years.
That is a lot.
Yeah, 5 burns.
Yeah.
Half my burn life.
Yeah.
I've been placement.
Right. Half your burn life. So speaking of your burn life, so how did you hear about Burning Man and become interested in going and all that stuff?
Well, like everybody in the Bay Area, I've heard about Burning Man forever.
Okay.
And I never really looked into it. I don't think I ever really knew anybody who burned. I never had neighbors or friends who went to Burning Man.
Right.
But I'd heard about it. And so at the time, which was 2014, I'd just retired. I was going to a 9 a.m. AA meeting at the El Cerrito Fellowship almost every day. Okay. Because I had the time and it was fun.
Right.
I like AA.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? Let's start with your name. Do you want to go by Karen or?
Karen Pfeiffer, whole name. I don't care.
Okay, Karen
No quiet name ever.
Yep.
No nickname ever. My children call me Karen.
Okay.
So my friend Garth, whom I knew not as well as I know him now, but through the fellowship, I'm at this meeting in August, maybe the very end of July, and he says, I'm so excited. He's sharing in a meeting. I'm so excited because I'm going to Burning Man and it's going to be so much fun, and I do it every year. and it's like totally thrilling. And I went, huh. So after the meeting, I go up to him and I said, tell me, how is it that you, sober guy, go to Burning Man? How does that work?
Right.
And he said, oh, I stay in a clean and sober village. I said, what? He said, yeah. So he tells me his stuff about what Anonymous Village is.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to go. He said, well, my friend Gordo has a ticket and a vehicle pass. I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
And he's not going this year. And he wants to sell his ticket and his vehicle pass. And this is like 3 weeks before the burn.
Oh, wow. Really close.
But I had also purchased my truck with the camper on it.
Oh, nice.
So I felt like I could go anywhere.
Yeah.
I didn't need to buy anything. So I bought this guy's ticket and I did a little reading, not very much. And
did you read the survival guide?
oh no, I didn't even get the survival guide. I just got the ticket and the vehicle pass.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But I do off-road camping. I mean, I wasn't, completely unaware of camping in the desert.
So you do like overlanding in your vehicle?
Absolutely.
Oh wow, you're like boondocking. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I know all about conserving water and all that kind of thing. So Garth says, well, come over and we'll caravan up to Burning Man. I said, great. What he meant by that is come over and help me pack. So I go over and because he hasn't even started packing. So I go over and I help him pack.
Yeah.
And then we drive up here, I follow him. And we made one coffee stop and like a potty stop after Reno.
Yeah.
And we got here just after sunset. And there were some people here, they were sitting in front of the container and they were just about to start an AA meeting.
Oh, wow.
So we drive up, the sun is setting, there's a bunch of people sitting on camp chairs. We get out and sit down to an AA meeting.
Wow, that is incredible timing.
Yeah. So there was the meeting and everybody's happy to see Garth. And he was the builder that burn.
Oh.
And it was a much smaller camp. And we were faced the other way. The opening was on the F side.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I was camped right next to the AV sign, which was a little wooden sign that had L wire on it.
Right. What year was this?
2014.
2014, okay.
Yeah. So I came. And the reason we don't have that sign anymore is one morning I woke up and it was raining. I could hear the rain down there. So I got up out of my little bed and I laid on my little bench. I was looking out at the rain and a lightning bolt came and struck the sign.
No way.
Yeah, I saw the lightning strike the sign.
What?
Fried the electricity in the sign.
And you were, wait a minute, but you were right
like
next to
10 feet away. But I'm in a truck, right? I'm safe. I'm up
Right. Yeah.
I'm on tires.
You're insulated.
Totally. And there's this big noise, boom, and so
Wow.
it was really intense. And so I saw the end of the first sign. And then when I got up, I was like puzzled because there were puddles of water. And I got up and everybody says, don't go. But there were these people who came by who had no clothes on, who were barefoot, and they were going in the mud like a slip and slide.
Right, yeah.
It was like and laughing, they were loaded.
Sure, yeah, totally.
But I just sat on the back of my truck and watched them, and I had my little bucket to pee in and a little stove to make some coffee. And
right.
it was rain like this year, by 10, you could walk on it.
Sure, right, yeah.
That's really what I remember about the first year, 2014, the end of the first sign. And so the next year, I think it was, I don't remember whether it was that year, 2015 or 2016. I could probably look at photos in my book that we changed the orientation of the village, because the orientation being right on F, right by DPW, was ridiculous. It was loud, it was like not so much traffic. So we changed the orientation to be on 530.
Right.
And make the meeting tent and stuff there.
Okay.
And also we got more land. We've gotten to be a bigger village. Every year there's more people.
Yeah.
And we've had the same amount of land for 5 years that I know of.
Okay.
But we fill it up more. We used to be big empty places.
Huh. Not anymore.
No. We were full this year.
We were cramped.
I'm going to go home and I'll do the bookkeeping. I'll count how many people.
Okay.
I have all the papers and...
Yeah.
But I can't do it here.
No, yeah.
No brain.
What's your guesstimate?
I'm thinking we had between 150 and 200 people in there somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see. It's a guess.
Yeah.
But I'll know pretty soon, within 10 people.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, if it's pushing 200, then it's the largest I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to say because we had less space if we're larger than before, but we certainly took up more of our space.
Right, because we lost that 50 feet.
Right.
Right. Okay.
But when Todd and his group rolled in,
Yeah.
we were full. There was no place. We had refugees, and we were just tucking them in and putting them in Shadeville.
Yep.
No place to put the refugees.
How many refugees do you think we had this year?
Well, I have the list that Nathan made that has 10 refugees.
Right. And explain a little bit what our...
Refugees?
Yeah. What is that?
Refugees are people, burners, who came to Burning Man, some with many years' experience and some virgins, virgin burners.
Sure.
Who come, usually they're planning to go to a camp. They have a camp in mind.
Yeah.
Like, XYZ camp. And they go there thinking that they're going to have a place to pitch their tent, maybe some food, something. Some of them have actually paid dues to these other camps.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Yeah. And they go to the camp, and people are completely fucked up.
Yeah.
They're like, some of the stories sound really bad, that people are just using and drinking first thing in the morning and throughout, and they're playing music really loud, or they're crashing their bicycles and getting hurt and losing stuff and being hysterical. And, somebody's like crying in their RV all the time. And they either, most often, the refugee is in a 12-step program of some kind.
Sure.
Often they're in NA because they're previous users of ketamine or
drugs,
drugs.
Meth or cocaine, heroin.
And so their friends are users of that drug.
Hard drugs, club drugs, party drugs.
Right. And so they come here and they say, I have 8 months sobriety or 2 years of sobriety, or some say like a week of sobriety.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And I can't do this, and I need to be away from my camp.
Right.
So we give them a place.
What an amazing decision for someone who's new to recovery to make that decision and to pick up camp and to move over here.
Yeah,
that's
but it's even more amazing that they come to Burning Man. What are they thinking? What does their sponsor say?
Right, yeah,
If I was sponsoring somebody who had like 6 months of sobriety and they were coming up here, I'd probably discourage them.
Yeah,
it's gonna push your buttons. Pushes my buttons, and I have 47 years without a drink.
You have 47 years sober.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this joint I don't think about drinking, but it's like pushes me to the edge, emotional edges all the time.
Right.
Physically exhausted.
Yep.
Emotionally challenged.
Yep, me too.
And I haven't drunk or used in a long time, and I still feel like, oh my God, what's going on? What's happening?
Right.
What shall I do? And I'm not going to drink or use, but it's still challenging. And if you were newly sober, yeah, that's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I mean, you definitely could do it if you plugged directly in and Anonymous Village was your first stop and your destination camp. I mean, you'd have to tuck in real close.
Yeah, I think you just have to have friends.
Yeah, meetings every day and have a solid.
Well, now even beyond meetings, I think you'd have to have friends in the village.
Yeah, right. Have a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
People to go out bicycling with, people to have food with. If I had a sponsee, I wouldn't want him to come.
Right.
But if I had a friend, I brought friends to burn their first time. They've never come back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot for us, and we've been doing this for a while.
That's right.
Yeah, man, no, that's amazing. And so, how has it been like burning sober? Has it been,
Can't imagine, but then I live sober.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
It's a question for somebody like Garth or Charlotte who burned while they were using, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I burned sober just like I
you've always
went
been
to
out
work
here.
sober.
Right, exactly. It's just
it's my life.
Yeah, I totally get that. And so you've been coming here for a while. So how has AV changed over the years? How have you seen it evolve or change?
Well, it seems to me, and this might just me. I'm not sure that I want to say this happened, But it seems to me that for the first 3 years I came, the focus was really on the 12th step, carrying the message to the alcoholic or addict who still suffers.
Right.
That the reason we, the leadership, the old timers, and I wasn't an old timer then, but it felt like people were coming back, as I do now, as a way of working my 12th step. You know, it's different than sponsoring people. It's different than sort of somebody says, why don't you drink? And, you know, you come out here, you go to all this trouble, build this shit, show up for these meetings, drag this food out here so that people who are sober can stay sober.
Right.
And people who are not sober, and that's troubling to them, have a way of thinking about living without drinking or using.
Right, right.
So the first year I was here, 2014, a person came up to me and was talking about her life and said, you know, I just don't think I can be here. She was working. She actually had a job, a paid job here. And she said, I have this job and it's part of my job and I have all this, she did a lot of sketchy stuff. And she said, I'm having a lot of trouble just staying sober. I said, well, you should work the steps. You should get a playa sponsor. Next day she comes back, asks if I'll be her playa sponsor. So I said, well, okay, but we have to really work the steps. We can't just pretend. So, you know, we sat down and read the book and talked about steps 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And the next day she came back and I set her up with a pencil and a notebook and I said, write your 4th step.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
mean,
right, so she did her inventory?
She did, yeah.
She did her inventory out here?
Yeah, well, because the thing is that, you know, people are always talking about this inventory as this big elaborate thing. You have to write all these words.
I know, I noticed that.
No.
Okay.
No. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
This is who pushes my buttons. That's what a resentment is. Somebody pushes your buttons.
Okay.
This is why, and this is my part in that. This is how this happened.
Okay.
So she writes her inventory. I listen to her 5th step. So, you know, 3 days into the burn, she's done steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Wow.
So then, as the rest of the stuff, she has to do off-laya, you know, because there are people she has to go talk to.
Sure.
So,
right.
but then
6,
we do
7,
the
and
prayers
8,
and we
9.
talk about the big book and blah, 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 blah. And she, we text occasionally during the year, very rarely, you know. So, long story short, I see her every year at the burn. I saw her this year. She's 10 years clean and sober.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wow. And still thinks of me as her sponsor.
That's awesome.
Oh, she has other sponsors.
Yeah, no, I know.
But so yeah, I mean, but it was more like that. It felt like it was more AA 12-step NA oriented.
Okay.
Like it was Crash who says to me, NA is not just AA with a different initial. We have our own big book.
We do.
Our own steps.
Yeah, basic text.
So I bought a Narcotics Anonymous book and read
awesome.
it. You know,
What'd you think? I
think it's a fabulous program.
It's good. Yeah.
It's not AA.
No,
it's like AA, but it's different than AA.
Yeah.
And so, but I learned that here. Like in my life at home, I don't know a lot of addicts.
Right.
I just don't.
Right. You're old school AA.
I'm definitely old school and old person AA. You know, I don't have a lot of addicts in my life.
Yeah.
So up here I do.
Right. Yeah, you do.
So I learned shit.
Yeah.
But I think the change has been, you know, that moving away from that 12-step program. Anyway, I think more people came to Anonymous Village as a way of working their own 12th step.
Right, that's right.
You know, and now...
So explain that a little bit. What do you mean by your own 12-step?
You know, carried the message to the alcoholic who still suffers.
Right, yeah.
Or addict who still suffers.
Yeah,
I mean,
having had, because we've gone through the steps, and so now we have the capacity to carry the message.
Carry the message. That's really what it's about. So you can sponsor people. If somebody says to you, how come you don't drink? I say, because I'm an alcoholic. They say, what?
Right.
And I say, no, really. I've been going to AA for like 40 years. And they go, what?
Right.
And so sometimes, not often, but sometimes, that opens up a conversation.
Yep.
And I invite them to come to a meeting with me.
Yeah.
And every now and then they do. Rarely they come to a meeting.
Right.
That's working your 12th step. Also, sponsoring people.
Okay.
It's working your 12th step.
Right.
But you come up here and this whole village is a 12th step.
Yeah.
We are sharing the message that you can burn clean and sober.
Right, that's the deal.
And that's the 12th step.
Yeah, that's what it's so powerful for me to be out here and be involved with the village. It's, it's such a powerful project. I think it's really, really important.
Yeah.
And then and all the staff, that come through and go to meetings and everything. And
they say, I've been up here for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm so glad to see you guys.
Yeah, no, it's great. And so it is, like I've heard people mention that the reason why we have this location, on 530 between F and G, right by, the commissary and the staff camps is so staff always know where we are and so that they can come through. And then I also learned that they, I don't know what kind of the supervisor or management meetings they have, like they announce when our first 8 o'clock meeting is on Build Week, and it's like a big deal so everybody knows. And I just think that's so great.
Yeah, so this is the 12-step opportunity for you, for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people come up here to burn in a sober place.
Yeah.
I come up here to work my 12-step in a burn place.
Right, okay. No, I get that.
It's like, what's the accent? Is the accent on burning and staying sober? Is the accent on carrying the message in a place where people are burning?
Right.
Because obviously I fit in. I mean,
well, definitely.
So what am I doing here? Hopefully I'm carrying the message.
Well, you definitely are.
So that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're here, for sure. Yeah. And then I've noticed, so the camp keeps expanding. Right?
Yes.
We're getting bigger.
Yes.
And so inadvertently we have like 3 generations of people in here. Like we have people that are very elderly, all the way down to kids.
Yes, we do.
Right.
And we also have people who have burned for 20 or 30 years.
Right.
Long-term burners.
Yeah.
We have a lot of intermediate burners like me, people who've burned for 10, 11, 12 years. And they got it down. They know what to bring when it rains or a dust storm comes up. They know what to do. And we also have not just virgins, but people who burned once or twice.
Yeah.
And they're like, so there's a whole lifestyle to share.
Yeah.
It's not just a 12-step thing. It's also, like people kept saying, oh, this village is so peaceful. I'm like, yeah. Moish was telling me one of the reasons he didn't want to live here is nobody ever came to his parties.
That's a bummer. We should have supported him more.
No, buddy, this is not a party camp.
Yeah.
We're not a party camp.
That's true.
If you want to party,
you can see that.
You want to dance, you want to go mix it up and drink fancy coffee and, have sex, meet the sexual partners.
Yeah.
It's all over.
Yeah, it's a whole city.
It's a whole city full of parties.
Yeah.
This is a clean and sober camp.
Right.
It's not a party camp. Our potlucks are these big social events. They're more like lesbian potlucks, They're like, oh, baby, what's new? You get laid. Oh, nice. But we're not a party camp.
Yeah.
And if what you want to do is have parties and be in parties, it's out there.
Right.
But our idea of a party is sitting around eating nice food.
Yeah.
And chatting.
Yeah.
How have you been? What's new? How's your burn? How's your life? What are your issues?
Right.
We had a long talk the other night about what it's like to sponsor people, just in general in the world. What is the relationship between sponsor and sponsee? Are you a therapist? No.
Right.
Are you a vocational consultant? No.
Right.
People are having troubles with their mental illness or with their job or with their relationship. They need therapy. And working the 12 steps will help that therapy. But the 12 steps are not therapy. And we're talking about like people, they call their sponsor because they think their supervisor at work doesn't like them. And it's like, wow, I'm really sorry to hear that. Do we need to do some 12-step work around your job?
Sure.
Like, are you feeling powerless over your job? Oh, good. That's appropriate. Have you turned over your job to your higher power as you understand your higher power? Have you let go? Are you making plans and planning the results? Or are you just letting go of the results? And if they want to talk about their jobs in that, do you have resentments about people at your work? Do you resent your supervisor? Do you resent your secretary? Do you resent the people that you work with? They have a bigger desk, a nicer car, take longer lunch hours, don't seem to be doing as much work as you, and you resent that? We have a program for that. If what you want to do is sit here and bullshit about how nobody loves me at my work, oh, things aren't going well, you better go get a therapist.
Yeah.
Because I only have one tool. It's the 12 steps.
Right.
As your sponsor, the only tool I have to offer you are these steps.
Yeah.
If you need more tools than that, if you need couples counseling, if you need medication, you have to go see a counselor or a therapist or a psychologist or a doctor. There was a long talk about that. It was very interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But that's the conversation for me, that I'm coming here for, is to meet with other people who have long-term sobriety, and we can sit down at the night in a dust storm and talk about how it is to sponsor people.
Yeah.
That's really important, AA.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah,
that's great.
But I think I would like to see Anonymous Village be more of a 12-step opportunity.
Okay.
For those of us who come here clean and sober, that this is an opportunity to work our 12th step. And that for people who come here, that's what refugees are about.
Right.
People come to a meeting and they've been here for 2 weeks working for DPW and everybody's screaming and drinking. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, no, we have to be here.
This is working your 12
Yeah,
step.
we have to be here for that. I mean, it's like they're it's great. The work culture of Burning Man, we're integrated into the community, so they expect that. And I think it's awesome. Yeah, we need to rise to the expectation.
I think it just needs to be more of an expectation of the people who live here.
Okay.
Of not the new person who's never burned with us, like Peter Rabbit. Never burned with us before, really nice guy, but came here not with the understanding of working a 12-step, but with the opportunity to have a clean and sober community.
Sure.
But then over time, as he becomes more part of the community, he becomes more a part of the step work of the community.
Yeah, it just seems like his relationship would evolve naturally toward that, right? Yeah.
That's the idea. And we only do that if we talk the steps ourselves.
Okay.
Like if somebody having difficulties and they feel unloved, what step are you working?
Right, yeah.
And again, that's the deal.
Right.
It's not, do you need to go talk to the therapist? If somebody says, my mother died and I'm not over it, do I need to encourage you to go home and find a grief counselor? Or is there unfinished business in your relationship with your mother that you need to do a 4th step?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, right, because that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we know about.
Right.
Right. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I say, let's be here to carry the message.
Yeah.
Because the message is not that you can live clean and sober. The message is that there's a path to being clean and sober.
Yeah.
And if you take it, you don't have to drink or use again.
Right.
But just hanging out with sober people doesn't mean you're going to stay sober.
It certainly does not.
That's what I think.
Yeah, no, that's really true.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So since you've been around, how do you think Burning Man has changed?
Burning Man?
Burning Man itself over the years. Or if at all, or...
I don't know. The big changes between 2014, my first burn, and now, just on the surface, is that there's way more LEDs. The lights are way brighter.
They are, man.
There's way more LED-oriented art.
Yep.
I think people worked harder when they were making other kinds of art and maybe setting up a solar panel to shine on it, or they were doing L-wire. Things were more subtle. The art was more traditional.
Okay.
And less blinding. There were people who did neon, actual neon, with the gas and the tubes.
Yep, I do remember that, yeah.
And I kind of miss that. I think the LEDs are an amazing medium, but they've taken over the playa.
They have, yeah.
When you look out there at night, between the bicycles and the costumes and the art, everything is LED.
That's true.
It's different than it was 10 years ago. Not, I think, in a better way. I think when it was more subtle, it was in many ways more beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that for everybody, but it feels for me like there was a different kind of art 10 years ago. And I think that there are, in our world of, 2020s, a greater availability of potentially harmful drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think it's fine to use drugs. And you don't smoke dope or hashish or take LSD or even MDA or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
MDMA.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And there seems like there's a lot more mix and a lot stronger. It seems like there are more issues with people getting pretty fucked up
Yeah.
behind drugs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like not my business, you know, in so many ways. It's like,
Right.
I'm not saying that should or shouldn't happen. What I'm saying is that's a change.
That is a change.
It seems to me that 10 years ago, there was less of a palette of harmful drugs. And now it seems like there's more abundance of potentially dangerous drugs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, also, of course, I miss the coffee at Center Camp.
I really do too.
Yeah.
I loved Center Camp Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
It was fun. I wish we could figure out a way to where we could, you know, I don't know, maybe we could coordinate with all the other camps and figure out a way just to fund it and have it be free. It'd be amazing.
I don't know.
It takes a lot though.
I know.
I've heard stories of it. I mean, it's...
I know, and they sold all the equipment.
Yeah.
It's not like the equipment's sitting in a warehouse somewhere and they could just bring it back.
Right.
They ditched it.
We'd have to start completely over.
Yeah, so...
I get it. I know it's a huge expense, and it was a huge footprint environmentally to do it with all the cups. And
So, I mean, there's a lot I don't know about Burning Man. Like, I'm glad Rod's Road isn't there.
Okay.
I always got lost. Rod's Road was like, where am I? What?
Yeah.
What?
Right, yeah.
But, I mean, does that change my experience of Burning Man? No.
Right.
I still get lost.
Yeah, what was some of your favorite art this year? Or did you get to go out and see any art?
Yes, I did. I like the two statues that stood looking at each other.
The two statues that we saw that morning?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a great morning?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That was definitely my favorite art piece.
Yeah, I loved it.
I also liked the troll.
Yeah.
Which everyone has talked about.
Yep.
And I thought it was well done. The part I liked best was the little poem about what does it see when it closes its eyes.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, totally.
But, you know, the simple stuff. I was like,
Yeah. I always think I'm going to get out there more and see more, and then...
maybe next year if I get the golf cart working
yeah,
well.
we'll go. Yeah, that was my favorite time out. We
Wasn't
just
that fun?
took out.
Yeah,
we took off.
we were gone for a long time.
All over this place.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's been a great burn.
It's been a fantastic burn.
You know, and it's one thing to bring a nice little toy and then to have the toy break. Oh,
Yeah, that's rough. I know.
it's just like being a little kid.
Yeah, you're
my
like...
toy is broken.
I know.
It's like my dog. You remember Wilco?
Yeah, Wilco.
When his toy doesn't, when the battery in his favorite toy isn't working, he'll come and bring it to me, and he knows I'll pick the toy up. He sits by my desk and watches me change the battery. That's a smart dog.
That's a smart dog.
But he's so sad when it doesn't jump around and squeak back at him.
Right.
So I was sad that my golf cart didn't jump around and squeak.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And you know, people helped me get it all loaded up.
They sure did.
Tomorrow morning I'll throw some garbage on and throw some shit in the back of my truck. I'll be out of here early.
Yeah, you will.
I'm going to go to the hotel in Reno where we stayed on our way in.
Okay. I've never done that. I've always tried to drive straight through, and then I end up just crashing out on the side of the road.
Yeah, we found this hotel. It's called the Sure Stay Inn. $113 a night.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Wow.
clean.
Uh-huh.
It's nice.
Okay.
The bed was okay, not great. TV.
Yep.
And a really good Indian restaurant. Really good Indian restaurant.
Wow.
You can eat there.
Uh-huh, sure.
Yeah, so I recommend it. Sure Stay. It's right by the airport.
Oh, that's really good.
But it's cheap. I mean, for $113,
Yep.
you can stay there,
Oh, for sure.
you know, and shower and eat in their little restaurant and lay in clean sheets and watch TV and then drive home tomorrow when it's safe,
Right. That's a good idea.
you know, because I'm burnt. Even if I spent no time on the Gate Road, it would be 6.5 hours minimum from here to my house.
Definitely.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're tired, that's rough.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Well, awesome, Karen. Is there anything else, or what do you think?
Happy to always, as always, to chat with you.
Yeah, no, I love
You're
chatting
one
with
of
you.
the people, like
Yeah.
you and so many other people, we only cross paths here.
I know.
So
I know.
And we're back.
Hey, what's going on?
Just before we get into the outro, everyone, I want to remind you that this podcast is sponsored by Better Fresh. If you guys could visit Better Fresh, that really helps put the dollars in our pockets.
I thought this week we were sponsored by Fresher Help.
Whatever. Comes out how it comes out when I do that. I'm channeling something else.
Xylex Sleep.
I want cereal made of dreams.
It's a bed in a pill that you swallow.
Thank you, buddy, for interviewing Karen and Danarchy and Joy.
No problem.
Jesus, that story from Joy of showing up to Playa and losing all her luggage, not once, but twice.
Brilliant.
Harrowing. Like, I was stressed out editing that part of the interview, and I didn't know why until I got up and walked around. It was just like, I have all my shit with me.
She did so, and it was the first time ever in her life that she has ever slept in a tent, and it was on the playa.
Yeah, she kept saying that. That's wild.
So wild, man. But man, she's resourceful. She did great. She was like, hey, I'm going to just camp here in this bus, with her and her friends. It was so great.
What else are you going to do?
She was a delight. It was really great. Her first time out there, and she's already planning to come back. Yeah, it's awesome.
Some people get that Kool-Aid in them right away.
Yeah, no, so it was really great. And then Danarchy, man, he was just like a historian, I learned so much about rangering. I was like, wow, this is really in depth.
Yeah, Danarchy's been a ranger forever.
I realized something editing this series of interviews that hadn't really crossed my mind that first episode that I edited. It is interesting that at Anonymous Village, the place where you guys go to your meetings is the place that you live.
Mm-hmm.
And like, besides rehab and besides being institutionalized, you're not usually taking meetings in community like that.
No, that's true. Yeah, it's basically we're all sharing this giant living room. And it's like we're all living together and we're having multiple meetings every day in our house that we're all sharing. No, it's amazing. Yeah. No, the only setting that you would really find that at, I guess, really thinking about it, would be at like a rehab, at like an institution, like you'd have in-house meetings, they would call it, or at least the rehab that I went to down here a couple times.
Right.
So you'd have, in-house meetings, and then, it was just a normal therapeutic thing. Totally. Pretty cool.
That's cool. And also something that I thought was cool is the Anonymous Village Refugee Program that you guys have going on. That was a surprise to me, while also it making more sense than anything else that you guys would be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the refugee program is great. It was really cool to interact with people that were coming in from camps that were having a hard time where they're going. And then I was able to go over the village agreements with them and, just kind of inculturate them into Anonymous Village. So that was really neat. Yeah, we have a lot of refugees every year. It's really good. We have people come in and be like, hey, you know what? Half my camp is relapsed, or, I feel like I'm really, on shaky ground, and can I stay with you? And so we always find a place for somebody. And I mean, that's really what it's about. And it's nice. I mean, we have this whole Shadeville area, so, they can bring their tent, and then they have a really nice place to camp, and then a good community, and they're safe. Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, what a gift.
Real generous gift.
Yeah, real public service.
Yeah. No, it's really cool. And it's really fun to participate in that for sure. Yeah. No, I like the village a lot, man. It's great. I mean, it can be challenging. I mean, there's like almost at times 200 people there. So, it's all kinds of personalities, but we're used to dealing with that a lot because you have all kinds of personalities that are in recovery, and a lot of us are really strong personalities, and we don't always have like the best of social graces all the time either, just because of the backgrounds that we come from. So, and we love to get along with each other, which is really valuable for sure.
Yeah, Burning Man in general is a place to find people that are strong tastes.
Yeah, definitely.
People who are strong tastes, like the people of Accuracy Third. Accuracy Third is produced by Accuracy Third.
Technically, only D-Day is a strong taste. Rex and I are general flavors.
General flavors with the D-Day being the strongest.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. D-Day is the one that you.
I'm coming at you from a bunch of different vectors. That's true, but I don't know if you're just like some taste, Beth.
I'm a type. I'm a type. You are a very distinct flavor that you have to get adjusted to.
Not everyone. Some people like really sweet, really bitter umami. Just a hint of acid.
Yeah, but what I noticed about you, D-Day, is that you have really good situational awareness when you're working around other people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, otherwise, you hurt them or you get hurt.
Most workplace accidents are caught in between accidents.
Thank you, Beth.
Right.
I see you took the 10-hour OSHA training.
Like, remember when we were building the door on your kitchen?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people aren't used to communicating the way I like to communicate because I used to be a cameraman, right?
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? So when you're holding a $50,000 Panavision 11:1 zoom lens, like you have to communicate, if someone's handing that to you, like you have to say, got it. And if you say got it, you better have it.
Yep.
And so it just, you
talk
you have
your way up the stairs. You say clear at the top and bottom.
Right, exactly. Like I'm behind you, I'm below you, I'm handing you this. Okay, here you go. And like you got that right away. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is really the way I like to work. So yeah, it really stuck out to me.
Yep. Both D-Day and I have worked in some industries that require real full situational
If you don't talk in a kitchen, you will walk into someo's knife.
And yet when they work together, they're constantly misunderstanding each other as they're shouting directions at each other.
I keep having this issue where my ears explode and bleed down my face.
That is true. I wish I had video recording of when we put up shade in the backyard about how both two very communicative men had an absolute inability to understand what each other were saying.
Triangles are complicated.
Yeah.
Triangles are complicated.
Tension is complicated.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The music in this episode is Chicanery Redo by The Harlequin.
The Harlequin. If you would like your music to be used on our podcast, for which we will pay you none of the money we make for this podcast, but we will say your name, hit us up at accuracythird@gmail.com.
And if you got an album on Bandcamp or something, we'll buy your album if you let us use your music.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly happy to.
We will 100% pay retail price for your music, which we will use in our free art.
If it's like pay $2 to $15, I'll pay you $15. I used to pay $20 to $30 for albums, and sometimes as much as $18 for an import single.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
CDs were expensive. I remember them being like $18.
Yeah. They were more expensive than I am willing to pay for movies.
Yeah,
Except for
$18
really good
in
ones.
1996 money is pretty expensive.
Yeah, and the value proposition just hasn't been the same since they got rid of the long jewel case.
The Tallies.
Yeah. You could really get like an album in that.
I wonder if my album or the album I played on is on Bandcamp. God, I haven't even thought about that. I should go check that out.
Please do. What album did you play on?
The album's called Ritmo y Canto, and it's a Afro-Cuban folkloric music album that was produced here in LA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, send us that.
I will.
It won't score this episode, but I'll use it for another one. This episode is scored already.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. You got it. I'm so glad that I finally got to interview Karen. I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to get to it. That's why we had to do it in the middle of the strike. But I love Karen. She's such a dear friend of mine. And I just thought the interview was so great.
Yeah, it's a wonderful bit of this episode.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just glad I've got a little bit of history there. It was great.
Buddy, you are absolutely killing it. We are so grateful for your collaboration on this project.
The way we're grateful for our collaborators on Patreon. If you would like to be a patron on Patreon, you might get to hear a little bit about this Ranger call that Danarchy went on that nobody else gets to hear. Nobody in the world but you guys, and even you guys don't get to hear most of it, but you get to hear some of it.
Oh, that's cool.
If you would like to be on this podcast, you should email us at accuracythird@gmail.com and let us know that you would like us to interview you on this podcast that you're listening to right now.
And if you would like to be a collaborator like Buddy is, we love this sort of contribution. Interview your folks. Send us material. What's the history of your camp? You don't need us there to record it. You've got like 6 recording devices on your person right now. Everybody does. They're listening to you.
And we can help set you up with recording equipment. We have before and we will again. So let us know.
If you would like to have a party with us on Playa, we will be doing that this year. Same day, same time, 2 p.m. on Wednesday of event week. And it's going to be someplace. And by this point, we probably already know where it's going to be. But this episode is coming out like 2.5, maybe 3 months in the future from where we're at right now. So you'll have to find out by joining our Discord. Buddy, why don't you tell them about our Discord?
Oh my God, our Discord is so amazing. We're up to like almost 200 people. The finest folks you have ever Discorded with in your entire life. You're totally missing out. You got to join our Discord.
It gets funnier all the time.
It really does.
It does.
Oh, I love when somebody puts a picture in the general feed and like before you even get there, someone else is like, that goes in buttholes for Beth.
Yeah, totally. Modular butthole.
And like, not only do they put it in buttholes for Beth, but like they'll apologize and delete it from the general feed. And you don't have to. All of the feeds can have buttholes in them.
Yeah, you don't have to delete those. Your buttholes are beautiful, and thank you for sharing them with me.
Oh, that's going on a t-shirt. A t-shirt on burnernarc.com. Burnernarc.com. We're putting a Beth's butthole t-shirt up. Maybe 2 or 3.
Oh, man.
I'm going to make a tank top that just says, "This is my butthole," in big block letters on the front.
Yeah, maybe think about that one for like a few hours.
Nope. Done.
This is my butthole with an arrow pointing up and slightly to the left.
That does make it funnier.
I can put arrows everywhere. I can make words out of arrows. Buddy, a pleasure.
Yeah.
Truly an honor to be in your presence once again.
Oh, thanks, you guys. I mean, I love hanging out with you guys. I can't wait to come up north and hang out in person.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Oh,
thank you
always a
so
pleasure.
much. Thank you so much for going out and talking to all these wonderful people. It's the best.
Now get the fuck to bed, man.
Yeah. You gotta get up too early.
Get up in like 2.5 hours.
Brutal.
All right, you guys.
Night,
Love you, buddy.
All right, good night, you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Night.
Bye.
All right, good night. Bye.
So what do you think? I mean, do you have any thoughts on the future of Burning Man as a movement, or where it's heading, or like what's going on, or what do you think about it?
I don't really think about that.
Yeah. You know what? I don't even really either.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have a lot of opinions.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't focus my energy on that, really.
Right.
I was more deeply involved in Burning Man, I think, before, but, I'm now 64.
Yeah.
I have my grandson here who's 16. Oh, yeah, thanks.
What a great kid, man.
Yeah,
That must feel great.
Oh, yeah. He's 16, and so most of the 60 hours that he needed to get his license, he got with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and when he went to do his test, he asked to